The child who came back late one stormy night, Dr. Arjun sat alone in his dimly lit clinic, sorting through paperwork. The rain pattered softly against the windows, a rhythmic background to the doctor's fatigue. Just as he prepared to leave, there was a soft knock at the door. Surprised no one came at this hour, he called out, "Who is it?" Silence. The knock came again, faint yet persistent. Dr. Arjun rose, his curiosity outweighing his wariness. As he opened the door, his breath caught in his throat. Standing there was a young boy, drenched and shivering, his pale skin glowing faintly under the flickering light. "Doctor," the boy whispered, his voice soft but clear. "I need your help." Dr. Arjun knelt to the child's level, concern flooding his face. "Are you hurt? Where are your parents?" The boy's dark eyes bore into him. "Not for me, for my mother. She's very sick. Please, come quickly." Moved by the urgency in the boy's voice, Dr. Arjun grabbed his medical bag and a flashlight, following the child out into the storm. The boy led him down winding streets, further than Arjun had ever been. Finally, they reached a small, crumbling house on the edge of town. Inside, the boy urged. The doctor stepped in cautiously. The house was cold and lifeless, dust clinging to every surface. On a tattered bed in the corner lay a woman, her face gaunt, her breathing shallow. Dr. Arjun immediately set to work, checking her pulse and preparing his equipment. He glanced back at the boy. "Your mother is very weak, but I'll do my best." The boy didn't respond. He simply stood there, watching, a faint sadness in his expression. Hours passed as Dr. Arjun worked tirelessly to stabilize the woman. When he was finally done, she was breathing steadily. Exhausted, he turned to thank the boy only to find the room empty. "Where?" He looked around frantically, but the child was gone. The woman stirred and opened her eyes slowly. Her voice was a whisper. "Doctor, where is my son?" Dr. Arjun hesitated. "Your son brought me here. He saved you." Tears welled in the woman's eyes. "My son died 2 years ago. He always worried about me, even at the end." Dr. Arjun's blood ran cold. He glanced at the door where the boy had stood, the truth dawning on him. The child had returned not for himself, but to make sure his mother lived. Outside, the storm finally passed. And somewhere in the silence, a child's voice seemed to echo faintly, "Thank you, doctor."